Yeah, all good. All good. Just gone for a nice, peaceful morning walk. It's a hot one. Been getting up early in the morning to go for these walks, and a little bit of a breeze at least this morning. And it's a bit high up here, so a little bit cooler in the morning, but looks like it's going to be another hot one today. And I was doing a bit of reflecting on my walk, how in football, how and when you look at yourself in the mirror in the dressing room on match day, you're going to see exactly who you are training to become. What I mean by that is that basically, in terms of what you put in during the week, when the whistle goes, the truth comes out in terms of what effort and application you've been putting in. On match day, you can't borrow someone else's preparation. The only preparation you've got is the preparation you've done for yourself. And years ago, I remember one time years ago, roughly around about 97, I was working as a conditioning coach at a place called Lifeline Health and Fitness over in Oxted, Surrey. And the guy who ran the place, Dave Richardson, he was also the conditioning coach of Crystal Palace Football Club at the time. And I used to work at the centre, and I used to work with different people who had various goals, from weight reduction, getting in shape. But I work with a lot of footballers, and some of the footballers would come to the centre to do some extra training. And I had a couple of players come to training at the time. I was working with. I had, stable of players I was working with too. But a couple of them on one occasion, they come in to train, and I'm putting them through their paces, and they were mucking about. They were mucking about, giggling and laughing and whatever else. And here's me, working with them. And I stopped the session. I said, "Well, what are you laughing for? What's the joke here? I mean, you're being sent here for extra training for a reason, yeah? What's the joke? What are you laughing for? We're supposed to take this serious." And they stopped, and they looked at each other, and I said to them, how you got those mirrors in gyms, yeah? Those mirrors. I said, take a good look in the mirror, lads. Have a look at yourselves in the mirror. That's the same person you're going to see on match day in the dressing room. And you got to ask yourself exactly who you're trained to become, yeah? And they kind of sat there with stunned silence. And I thought to myself at that point there, no teammate, yeah, can do the reps for you. You can only do the reps for yourself. No coach can teach you discipline. No one else is going to show up for you in that moment. Okay? Every habit you do, every prep, okay, because it might be easier short term to sort of don't do the full reps. Long term, it comes back to you. Okay, there's no faking it on game day. There's no faking it. When the whistle goes and you're out there, yeah, there's nowhere to hide, so to speak. Yeah, so and you decide that days, months, weeks, even years in advance before the game, is what I say. That's the whole idea there about the application effort. You've already decided that in advance, where you're going to be, okay, in that respect. And game day for me doesn't lie. Game day, if you wait till game day to turn up and see what happens, yeah, the mirror doesn't do excuses, so to speak. Yeah, it shows up exactly what effort and application you've been putting in training. That's my take on it. You might see it differently. I'm not here to give any advice or make suggestions. It's purely anecdotal, my sort of thoughts.